back to Know It All, where we bring you the best practices and strategies to optimize your Medicare sales process, where we want you to know it all. I'm Kristen Hankinson.
And I'm Robert Turnbull, and today we want to talk about 4 steps to setting your AEP sales goals.
That's right. AEP is here. To be successful, agents need to have a specific sales goal in mind, and then you need to make sure your activities are aligned to meet that goal. So the first step is to start with a target. So for the purposes of this exercise, we will use 50 sales for AEP. So if an agent wants to reach 50 sales for AEP, what steps should they take to get there?
Absolutely. And really, the first piece of that, or the number 2 tip, really is figuring out what your appointment close ratio is. And this is the amount of sales that you're getting when you're going face-to-face and meeting with your clients. Generally, we're going to use an example of 50%, which is more of a beginner level. Our more seasoned veteran agents are going to close higher, closer to 80%, somewhere in that range.
Sure. So, all right, if I need to have 50 sales, then using 50%, I would need 100 appointments.
Right. That sounds kind of daunting.
All right, it does.
But don't worry about that yet.
All right. So the next step is for 100 appointments, how many calls am I going to need to make to set those appointments? And we call that your call setting close ratio.
Right.
So the number we'll use for this exercise is 15 to 20%. Again, we're being conservative because that's more of a beginner agent, but it's better to err on the side of caution than to, assume you'll make more appointments than not. So for that number, to secure 100 appointments to get my 50 sales, I'll need to make 667 phone calls. That's using the 15%.
Yeah, absolutely. And again, sounds kind of daunting.
It does.
But I mean, really the fourth and final step is to break this down into weekly targets. It's going to be a lot more manageable if you can look at it on a weekly or a daily basis.
Yes.
So taking those numbers and breaking them down, 100 appointments over the 7 weeks during AEP really works out to 14 appointments per week, which is, daily, 2 a day. That's not too scary.
Right.
When it comes down to calls, how many calls you're going to make, that 667 breaks down to about 95 calls per week if you can get in that. So not too bad each day. And I always say if you're doing that, if you don't have an appointment in that gap, use that time to call.
Absolutely. And these are the numbers you need to keep on your board in front of you, keep in your car as you're driving. And if you can push yourself to meet these activity goals, you'll see the sales come.
Absolutely.
All right. We ready to button it up?
I think so. So first, don't be afraid of setting a goal. You want to make sure you have that number in mind, written down, and then you can work backwards from that target.
That's right. Be deliberate and specific in setting your goal and make sure your activities are aligned.
Absolutely. And then, continually monitor whether you're getting to those particular milestones and if you're on track. And if you're not, call us for help and we can help you either get to that point or set that target a little bit more appropriately.
That's right. We are here to hold you accountable if you need that too. So thank you, and we'll see you next time on Know It All.